And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Tighten up, 32! SOS.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
Hey, 22. Go.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
White. Hey.
6-man. Check curls.
Faking to give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right? Okay,
I
good.
just need some chocolate and a box of tissues.
Hey, 5-0! 59! Hey, Alpha!
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. James has got it. Complete. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jesse James, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now the second down throw on target. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check 4. He's coming Omaha. Ready to move. Let's go.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. This complete to Jones. first down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
Hey, orbit. All right, boys, here's what happens.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check your hot read. Check 31. Check 31.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Check, check. Watch me before. Let's go, defense. Our time. Let's go. Shit, shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
50-50.
To the air again, Stafford. And James has it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. Ryan Smith, the one in on the stop. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stay 50, stay 50. 5. Hey.
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Moore. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. A huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Hey, give me radar.
50's the Mike.
Third and long, it's Stafford. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Ben Gideon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returning it is Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Again, it's Cook. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. The open man is Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Second and 15. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And that's caught by Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They run. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big run there by Johnson. Give him 69 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He finds his man Johnson. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Now Cobb to return. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. There are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 36-yard line.
Hey, 70! Hey, Charlie!
Throwing is Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. From the gun, Stafford, that's caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They run it again with Cook. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
1st down, Minnesota.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
On the ready. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And this this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Pin.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Ladies.
Check.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Crunch. Rush in.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll run it with Johnson. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike to 59. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike spot 9. Watch the boot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Bring it, guys. Mike 51. I'm coming.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 45 yards. Stafford. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Stafford now throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final